We are live.
Hello, we are coming to you from the Sandra C. Cat Virtual Theater. We're so excited that you are here with us today for a special Friday night reading that happens actually on a Saturday afternoon. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday with us. I'm your host for this afternoon. My name is Rachel Grimes. We are so delighted to have a fantastic group of actors and our talented playwright with us today. We're going to be reading Wooden Nickels by Devorah Medwin. So the very first thing I'd like to do is introduce you to our playwright and to our actors for today. Our playwright is Devorah Medwin. Devorah is an incredible individual who does a lot of work in what she calls edutainment, which is education and entertainment together. That's related to life and end of life. She right now is the Director of Development and Education at Bevival.com, which is an online platform for deaf literacy and education. She has a master's degree from the Actors Studio Drama School. She holds a certificate in counseling on death and dying. She's a pretty incredible lady. Yes, Devorah, we're so glad to have you on our screen here at the Sandra C. Cat Virtual Theater. Hooray. It's so nice to have you here today. It's wonderful. Thank you. All right. Our first actor that we're going to introduce you to today is E.E. Mo, and she's going to be playing the role of Kiki. E.E. Mo is co-founder, artistic director at the McGaw Actor Studio / Theater Inc. and serves as the resident director of Black Box Phoenix. Hi, hello, E.E.
Hi, good to see everybody.
We're so happy that you're here with us today, E.E.
Thank you, and it's just a wonderful group. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, and our next actor today, we have Jackie Aaron, who's going to be playing the role of Joni. Jackie has been an improv instructor and performer in Phoenix since 2005. Hi, Jackie. And she joined Arizona Actors Academy in 2013 to teach comedy and improv. She started training with Brandy Hotchner at Arizona Actors Academy, and she's been in local comedy productions as well as some amazing student films. Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
We're so happy to have you.
Thank you.
All right. And then we have Marlene Galan with us today, and she's playing the role of Callie. She spent over 20 years as a television news anchor and reporter in Arizona, Florida, and California. Hey, Marlene. Oh. Hi. Recent credits include Bee and Edward Albee's Three Tall Women, Barbara Timm in Hostage, Sarah Whitmore in Church and State, and Mrs. Gottlieb in Dead Man's Cell Phone by Sarah Rule, which is one of my favorite plays. So it's pretty fun. Marlene currently studies with Larry Moss and was a student of Brandy Hotchner. We're so glad that you're here today with us.
Thank you for asking me. It's great. Thank you.
Yes, wonderful. And our last actor that we have with us today is Annie Dutoit. She is an incredible artist who is coming to us from Argentina. We're so very glad that she's here. She trained with Brandy at Arizona Actors Academy and was going to be, hello, and was going to be in a play playing Clara Schumann, an incredible pianist from I don't remember what century. Annie?
I'm supposed to be Clara Schumann from the 19th century.
The 19th century, yes. And that's very apropos for Annie because she has, I think, so many degrees, I can't even fit them on a hand. And has taught at ASU as well as a couple of other really prestigious universities. So we're so glad to have her with us today. Yes.
Thank you for having me. Thank you all.
So in just a moment here, we're going to hide everybody's screen. Don't worry, they'll come back at the end. We're going to do a special little talk back where we get to talk with our playwright and our actors about this special play today. All right. Okay. Get ready for Wooden Nickels by Devorah Medwin. Wooden Nickels. On a beach in the Dominican Republic, present midday. Kiki is dancing a slow waltz on the beach. She is oblivious to the other music. Joni and Callie enter. They watch Kiki for a moment. Eve enters, sees Kiki, and pushes past her sisters.
Mom, what are you doing?
Stop it.
Everyone is staring. Where were you? We went by the pool.
It's not Mom, it's the tropical drinks.
Was that a waltz?
Why would you bring a family of non-drinkers to an all-inclusive resort in the Caribbean?
We're not in the Caribbean.
Well, where are we then?
Your father is such a lovely dancer.
Was.
I think we're off the coast somewhere.
Oh, we're in Greenland on a ship.
You and Daddy? You and Daddy, Mom?
Oh, he could never get his tie straight.
Joni, where's Mom's hat?
Off what coast?
So you were in Greenland.
Oh, this reminds me of a trip I took with your father to Greenland. Oh,
This does not remind you of Greenland.
eventually, dear, something reminds you of something.
Like deja vu on acid.
I know
Oh,
what acid is, dear.
No, you don't.
Well, I can't pick up the phone or cook dinner without a food memory coming back. A pork chop. Yeah, a lousy pork chop can put me right over the edge.
I used to make pork chops.
Shut up with the music already. I mean, this place. I don't need music piped onto the beach. Again with the staring? I mean, don't they have something productive to do?
You're yelling at a speaker and they're on vacation.
We're a novelty.
Why?
Try because we're American?
Yes, that and being very, very white. Very, very white.
We're also the only women with our tops on.
Well, who knew Dominicans were so racy?
They're not Dominicans, definitely Europeans. Italian, probably.
Mom, you were telling us about Greenland.
What?
Greenland.
Oh, where are the children?
They're up at the pool.
Alone? Callie, I don't think that's very wise.
16, Mom.
Well, the other two aren't, and in a foreign country. I don't know what you're thinking. And Eve, put on some lotion. You're as pale as a ghost. Well, at least one of us has some sense. Now, where's my hat? Joni, where did you?
By the pool, Mom. Finish the story about Greenland.
You don't need to remind me. When there was a problem, there would be a loud whistle, which was the signal to return to the boat.
Ooh, pirates?
Polar bears.
Oh,
Really?
Yes, certainly. There were two delicious polar bears that had been spotted near the group. They attack, you know.
attack!
Can you see Daddy running?
Little bears with spears.
I'm going to go check on the children.
Mom,
And the kids laugh at me all the time.
We weren't laughing at her.
Go bring her back.
Joni, you go bring her back.
you go bring her back.
Go.
I live with her.
Fine, I'll go.
I'll go.
No, I'll go.
Oh, sit. She's fine.
She's making me crazy.
I shouldn't have offered to help.
It says in this article that the victim can easily become agitated.
Will you stop saying victim?
Why couldn't you just let her finish her story?
I don't think it helps to feed into her delusions.
Did they see polar bears on that trip?
It's just letting her talk.
I mean, she can't go around thinking Daddy is still alive or that this is Greenland. I mean, you have to correct her, Joni. That's why it's getting worse.
Oh, so it's my fault that it's getting worse? You have no idea. Hey, you're not the one who comes home to pots boiling over tea kettles screaming. Hey, you don't wake up in the middle of the night to find her standing in the living room, like clueless, absolutely clueless as to where she is, to who I am. And then when I bring her back, she's annoyed at me for waking her up. Like, tell me how I correct that, Eve. Tell me how I fix that.
You didn't say it had gotten so bad.
Well, it has. And it hasn't. I mean, most of the time she's fine. There's no trigger. She just fades out and then she's fine. Or mad. She's getting mad a lot. Hey, you'll see.
I haven't noticed.
Well, I tried to get an appointment, but you were booked.
It's great that you're with her, Joan. It must be really hard.
Yeah.
Once all the divorce papers are signed, I'll be down more. I can't take the kids out of the state without Frank's permission. He almost wouldn't let me bring them here. But maybe we can work something out, give you a break.
Well, I don't know how you stand it. She makes me crazy. Did you hear her? Eve, you're so white. As if what? What, I don't know how white I am? I'm just glad it's you and not me, because I wouldn't have half the patience. I have trial lawyers who treat me with more respect.
And from what I've read, it doesn't get any easier. What's up?
You pregnant?
She's worse, isn't she? The doctor said something. Come on. What, Joni? What?
I have to move out.
Oh, please.
Okay, I'm moving out. It's time. I have to.
Time for what? Shit, Joni, she can't live alone.
It's not Joni's responsibility.
Thank you.
This is just a really hard time.
Well, it's not like she'd ever live with me.
Or like you've even offered.
She hates me.
Eve.
But it's true. Joni,
Don't
tell
be
her it's...
It's not true.
Because you told her to say it.
I'm moving out.
Well, she can't stay with me.
Well, she can't stay with me. Not right now. Oh, dear Lord, not right now.
How unhappy are you,
What?
Joni?
What? Like on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd be a 10.
Okay. I have to beat you at my happiness level.
Unhappiness level. How unhappy would you be? Because I'd be miserable, beyond miserable. In fact, remember that cat? I'm not good at...
Eve, stop talking. Joni, explain to me why you need to move out. I'm not saying that you can't. I just want to know why.
Well, some of us have to do work.
Don't you move a muscle. Why?
I met someone.
Oh, God.
Serious?
Very.
That doesn't count.
Yes, it does. A lot. And you better come up with a better reason than unhappiness, because that's what doesn't count. Now, finish the Alzheimer's test. I want to know exactly what we're dealing with. And that includes you, Joni. When you're ready, come pick it up.
All right. Question 3. Do you fail to recognize friends?
Yes.
So do I. Half point. Do you fail to remember their names?
All the time.
Me too.
You're doing, Mom.
And
Yeah, she covered it.
I'm putting down half a point. Gets lost walking?
Yes. Or I mean, she's never said.
Gets lost driving?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, coming back from Aunt Betty's. I mean, how long has she done that trip?
Gets lost in her own home?
Well, I told you about the wanderings.
Should I be worried about the kids?
No, she's not.
Said they weren't kids.
She's not bad. There's just something. She's just, I don't know. It's like she got stupid or dizzy or something. I mean, she forgets to pay the bills.
Well, that's on here. What else?
She'll just stand like she's somewhere else, totally out of it.
All right, you know what? I'm ready to smoke. Who's ready?
No, pinky swear, we quit.
Eve?
I have taken the oath.
Fine. Pinky swear.
Could she be faking it for attention or something?
Only you could do that.
Whoa! Do not even think about taking your top off, all right?
Nobody has a top on.
Well, they're European, and we are decent.
Right. We need to talk to her. Just be very clear about it.
Oh God, do not massage that cream onto your breasts? Onto your breasts? Come on.
You'd rather I burn?
I mean, I'd rather you kept your top on. And if you can't manage that, I would prefer if you would not touch yourself. I would prefer if you would touch yourself in private.
Touch myself? You make it sound like I'm going to stand up and do some sort of erotic dance.
You may not realize this, Joan, but a woman touching her breasts is erotic, even if she doesn't mean it to be. And probably illegal.
Counselor.
All right, you know what? I'll bring it up after dinner. Let's finish that test.
It is nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, look at all these beautiful women here.
It doesn't interest me in the least.
I meant aesthetically.
You can't separate it. I mean, a man doesn't look out here and think, oh, art.
Really? And what about women?
Women who like women? Worse.
So, okay, so all these men are really going crazy. There's obviously not a single lesbian at all on this entire beach.
Precisely.
Let's bet.
There's no arguing.
Anything.
I'm right.
Okay, if I'm right, you go topless with me before we leave.
Oh, please.
You said anything. Cal, you heard.
I understand that you two don't want to deal with this, but exactly what relevance does this have to do with your moving out, mom living alone, or a vacation going on?
Everything. Eve, pinky swear.
All right. Pinky swear.
All right, you know, why don't we just smoke? I really feel like we should smoke.
Okay, do you see any women who look out of control? Look hard.
Hey, look, what is one cigarette anyway?
Some of these women should not be bare-chested. But no lesbians. Case closed.
Just one.
Where?
Me. You lost.
Stop it.
Well, now nothing will be resolved before dinner.
I won. You're wrong.
You are not a lesbian.
Yes, I am.
Sit down. That's disgusting. Since when?
I fell in love.
You know, that is so nice. Let's smoke in celebration.
She likes women. That doesn't count.
I like one woman. One.
What's wrong with you? Stop it.
Stop it. You stop it. I'm in love.
First of all, that is not the way you announce a change in sexual preference. Second, I guarantee you, you'll be over this in a month. Problem solved. You don't need to move out. Mom is fine. Case closed.
Wow, you are such a, I don't have to defend my choices to you. Okay, I lived with mom. I have taken care of mom. I have hung out with mom for 4 years.
You wanted to.
Of course I wanted to, and it's breaking my heart to leave, but I'm done. Hey, I'm ready to go on and do something else. That's fair. That's more than fair. And what's not fair is that you're going to sit there and tell me how to change my life so that you don't have to do anything. Anything.
Please stop repeating yourself. It's so annoying. This is very simple. It may be difficult to grasp, but try. Can you do that, Joni?
Eve, what is it you want to say?
I'll give you point A and point B.
This is not a trial.
Okay, if you don't want to hear.
You're killing me.
Joni, let her talk, please.
Fine. Because I've done my time.
All right, point A. While I'm unwilling to say that she hates me, it's perfectly clear that there are other people, a lot of other people, who she prefers. That's fine. That is just fine. I don't know why, mind you. I'm successful, independent, extremely pleased with my life.
Point.
So, what do I have? I have this small sliver of something, a silent agreement to tolerate each other, and it works. We don't fight. We don't talk much, but we don't fight.
Is this news? What haven't we heard before? So what? So the fuck what? Make it work. Okay, swallow your holier than the world crap and make it.
It wouldn't be the worst thing to focus on something other than your career.
Point B. No. I have stuck my hand out too many times. I am not interested in being told how lovely that is while I'm being slapped in the face. Nope. Done it, not doing it again.
Callie.
No. Nope, nope, no. I just got the second opinion out of my life. Absolutely not. I love mommy, but no question, but I'm free. I fix dinner when I want. I go to bed when I want. I have the house the way I want. No. I will not have my girls brought up with the same insanity that we were.
She's so different now.
No, it won't change. It hasn't changed. She'll make me crazy and then I'll make them crazy. No, absolutely not. They will not end up like this. This is my time, my rule, my house, my kids. God, you know that Frank took the girls apple picking and charged me for half a bushel of apples?
This is so pathetic.
You have a bedroom, Joni.
I want my own place. Hey, I want a kitchen with my food rotting in the fridge, my dirty dishes in the sink for as long as I want them there. And I want to be able to scream bloody murder in the middle of the night for no apparent reason without worrying about disturbing someone.
Well, I don't know where you think you do that anyway.
And I especially want to spend hours making love to my girlfriend and then take a shower together, get dressed, and then go over to mom's for dinner because I can do that and she loves me.
Look, it's not going to happen, all right? I don't fit. I'm not Joni, and I don't have kids. I'm not whatever the hell it is I was supposed to be. I'm a lawyer, which already marks me. I make savage money, which is unforgivable. And I, God help me, watch TV. I'm just one of the ones you and Mom sneer at.
That's not true.
Oh, I forgot. And I don't read. That alone is enough to warrant her disdain.
All right, time out. That's it. We can't. Okay? I said it. All right? Let's just admit that. There are nurses. There are homes. There are other possibilities, but I'm not going to sit here judging the quality of each other's lives. Period. Forget it. We can't do it, and that's honest. She likes honest. All right, after dinner, we sit her down and tell her it's not going to work. And now we smoke.
Can I
No,
add
not
something?
Tony, do something.
Eve, you put oil on me?
She obviously knows something is going on.
Eve, oil?
Ask Kelly.
Cal?
Again?
You told me to do something. Come on, Eve.
Now you're killing me.
It weirds me out.
You're killing me.
Since when?
Since your little disclosure. I mean, Callie, can we talk about that, please?
You're not my type.
Oh, well, thank God for small favors.
I prefer more feminine women.
I didn't mean fight.
Oh, you don't think I'm feminine?
You're very feminine, Joni. Stop it. I'll do your back.
You're not getting turned on, are you?
Eve, don't be disgusting.
Are you?
Well, if you like women and a woman is touching you, wouldn't that be exciting?
So when Uncle Jeff touches you, do you get excited?
Oh, absolutely not.
But if you like men and there's a man touching you.
Eve, this is Joni. Hello, nothing's changed.
Why the secrecy then, if it's no big deal?
I think given the circumstances, we should all be allowed a
Quite
cigarette.
a bit of attention to any
Brag.
besides the world of Eve. You
There
would.
one. Yeah, remember the joke about the grandmother commenting that the kids were so poor they had to share a cigarette, but it was a joint?
Oh, yeah, I fell in love. It has nothing to do with gender.
Why is this not freaking you out, Cal?
No, we can do that.
I mean, our baby sister is a lesbian. I mean, maybe there's something to talk about, something to say.
50 is the new 40 and women are the new men. And what can I say? You have no idea how many women are doing this at school. It's like the big PTA joke. I asked Joni about her first time years ago.
And there wasn't one.
What, you mean you're a virgin?
Only heterosexually speaking.
What does that mean? Oh, that's disgusting.
Well, I feel the same way.
You do? Wait, what do you mean? I don't get it.
All right, let me see that article.
Can someone explain, please?
Hey, as disgusting as you think what I do is, intimately speaking, is exactly how gross I think what you do is.
Oh, please. I mean, how can you even compare?
She can't, and neither can we. So let's just take each other's word for it, okay? It says here, the most important thing to have is a safe environment for the Alzheimer's victim to reside. Is there any other word for victim? I really hate that.
You know, I don't see how my being unhappy serves anybody. Now, looking at this logically, I never said I would take care of Mom. I mean, if I had promised, okay. but I was never even asked.
Yeah, and when was that conversation supposed to happen? In utero?
Parents, see, they have a choice. Well, of course, not always, but you do have a choice whether you want to make love or not. Well, not in the case of rape, but okay, I'm diverging. Parents who want to be parents, our parents, for instance, they decided to raise kids. And I appreciate that.
Generous of you.
But that's a choice. They made a choice to have kids. I, on the other hand, was never asked. Now, I did ask myself if I wanted kids or a husband or anything that might take me away from my career. And my answer was no. That's a choice. Otherwise, it's not my responsibility.
Unless you were asked.
Correct.
I am not related to her.
So Eve, then according to your theory as a parent, I should never have left Frank, miserable or not, because that was my choice and so my obligation.
Well, if your kids weren't miserable about it, then you'd be off the hook, technically. But since you made the first choice to have kids, then yeah, you're stuck. Me, I didn't make the choice. I'm clear.
So you think that those kids would be better off with two miserable parents? That's what you're telling us.
Hey, I didn't bring it up as an example. Huh? Cal did.
I have to do this.
No, you don't. Not really. Just like I don't have to take care of mom.
Oh, now lightning will strike.
I'm going to be struck. Me. You are abandoning your mother so you can do whatever nasty thing is you do with that woman. It's disgusting. You should be trying to get help, Joni. Not pointing finger at me, and certainly not getting yourself in any deeper.
You make me sick.
Or the whole thing is making me sick. One goddamn tragedy after another.
Okay, well, thanks a lot. For the first time in my fucking life, I ask for help. I ask for help one time, one lousy time. No, Joni, it's not your turn, not your turn, not yet. Let the big kids go first. Only the big kids get to do it. Well, you know what, ladies? I'm a big kid now with a life and a lover. And I don't give a shit what the two of you do. Okay, it's my turn to go out and enjoy my fucking life, and it's your turn to stay in and take care of it. Okay? And I really don't appreciate you equating my life to a tragedy, Cal.
I wasn't referring to you, Joan.
God, do you know how hard this is? I like Mom. I like her as a person. I like living with her. I brought pictures. I had this crazy idea that someone might ask me her name or something, maybe how we met. God, silly me.
All right. What's her name?
Oh, it's a little late.
No, it's not.
Dot?
No, it's not Dot.
Is her name Dot?
No.
Because I met a lesbian once and her name was Dot. Good. Because she kind of had a monkey face, very long jaw like this. Dot, Dot, the monkey face.
Get away from me.
Ooh, is her name Delilah?
Dot and Delilah.
No, don't you dare.
What's her?
I hate you.
Oops. Strong words. 1, 2.
Gabriella, stop it.
Sounds like a Spanish whore.
Eve,
Can you get off of me, please?
I'm joking. Lighten up. So, where is Miss Gabriella from?
She's from France.
Oh, see? That's very romantic.
Let's not talk about this. Can we talk about something else?
how long have you known each other? What does she do? And where are you moving to? Then you're done.
I got one.
No, you don't.
Here we go.
What?
Right behind.
Oh, that's fine. It's just fine. Hi, Mom.
Darling, I tried to get the children out of the sun. They're so very pale. Well, it would be terrible if they burned. They're not listening to me, dear.
They're fine, Mom. Sit down.
Really, Callie, you need to speak to them.
Mom, they're fine. Sit down, please.
Well, I warned you.
Mom, the thing is, all of us have a lot going on in our lives right now, and
Joni has a girlfriend.
Yes, I know that, dear. She's very sweet. Can I go now?
You knew?
Well, of course, dear. The way you two girls grin at each other. Oh, well, I figured you'd tell me someday.
oh, Mom, the girls and I have been trying to figure out,
Okay. The big deal is I'm moving out.
Well, I should hope so. I mean, I didn't expect you to stay at home indefinitely. I'd like to go back to the kids.
the thing is that we're concerned. Well, not concerned, just
Worried. We're worried what you're going to do if Joni moves out.
Then I move out.
Relish in the solitude, I imagine.
Great.
What is the problem, girls?
we don't feel comfortable with you living alone.
You don't? Oh, how interesting. Well, I'd hate for you girls to experience any kind of discomfort. Is it time for the home then? So quickly?
We're really concerned.
Really? I don't think getting lost once or twice warrants all the fuss. I'm really quite fine.
Mom,
Concentrate on your own lives, darlings. Enjoy the color of the sky. Go to a concert. Don't take on my life. You couldn't bear it.
would it be too much trouble to just say what it is you're talking about?
Well, you haven't. Have you said you don't want me? Is that too much trouble for you? You're off the hook, girls, all of you. Is that simple enough, Eve? No one is going to infringe on your precious lives. You won't be put in that awkward position. I won't ask that of you.
What's your plan, then?
Ah, plan. You know me so well. It's quite simple, really. Unless it's your idea to drag me off to some aged facility. I'll arrange for help around the house a few days a week. Later, when it seems necessary, I'll have an aide or a nurse or a string quartet in on a regular basis. And then, ta-da! When it gets so that I'm not partaking anymore, when I feel more absent in my life than present, I have a little box of, what shall we call them? Oh, a darling velvet box of Mother's little helpers.
Pills? You have pills?
Yes, dear. Very pretty, very little, very, very strong. So, darlings, you have nothing to worry about except your own tragic lives. May I go now?
No. Go where? What are you? No.
I'm clear up to the live-in help. I'm not understanding the pills.
It's not clear enough,
No.
Joni?
You have some pills which you're going to kill yourself with.
Brava. Clear.
Oh, Jesus, Joni. Mom, what do you even know about taking pills?
It's rather self-explanatory, dear. When I'm ready, I swallow. How difficult can it be?
Very. What are you talking about? When is ready? I mean, excuse me, but if you're at the point of having had enough, want to be past the point of knowing when to take the pills? What if you take them too soon? I mean, what if it's just a bad day and not the end of the world? Or I mean, what if you forget to take them right before, because we're talking memory, right? Then what? Oh, we give them to you? No, I don't think so. But guess what? That's murder. And I'm really not interested in that. So I really don't see how this works, Mom. I mean, sounds great on paper maybe, but I don't think so. No, I don't think so. You don't just get to do that, Mom.
It's all right, dear. I understand this is difficult for you.
No, it's not difficult. It's crazy. You won't know when to do this.
Yes. If I wait until I'm wheeled in front of the television, I'll be too late. If I wait until you have to cut my food and dress me, I'll be too late. If I wait until I have to sit in my own excrement, yes, I will be too bloody late. But if the first time I ask myself, what is the point of my life? What is really the point? And I don't have an answer. No, I won't be too late.
The whole world is wondering what the point is. I wonder about it the minute my eyes open.
Eve, my suggestion to you is that you get it together. Because my life has been good. Very, very good. And my dears, I am not willing to struggle through the oblivion to reach the end. I don't have the patience for it. Certainly not the interest, and obviously not the family to see me through it.
It's not a matter of seeing you through it. You'd never accept it. I'm offering. Stay with me. Live with me. I'm offering.
Oh, please. We'd kill each other in a week. Don't be silly. But yes, let's enjoy each other now with no obligation. I take you up on that. Come to me, sit with me, but take care of me? No, you're right. I don't want that.
Well, now we're accomplices. Now we know. We'll be aiding a murder. No, a suicide. I mean, this is illegal, right, Eve? I mean, what am I supposed to tell the girls?
I'll speak to them.
No. No, you won't. No. You want control right down to the final second. Well, you go ahead, but don't involve my girls in it. And they have plenty of craziness with me. If you go, well, you do it. As far as they know, it was natural, not something you bought at a drugstore.
Okay, Kelly. You know what's best for your children. Perhaps one day you'll explain.
Where did they come from?
The pills?
Hmm.
Oh, your father and I stashed them away when he was sick.
You and Dad had a suicide pact?
Don't be shocked. Neither of us intended to be a burden.
Well, there you go. Those pills are spoiled, Mom. They don't keep. Oh, well, great plan. I guess you did wait too long.
Don't be so angry, darling. This isn't against you. And I'm quite prepared with fresh pills if I need them, dear.
Mom, you can't just get them on the street.
It's okay. I really have it under control.
Now. But what about in an hour? What about when you're just having one of your moments? What then?
It's really okay, Callie. I'm quite prepared. Joni?
Hmm?
Nothing to say?
I just think you're really brave. Really, really brave.
We've been very lucky, dear. We've had precious time together. Time your sisters and I haven't had. Yet you know me. I'd be infuriated with help, and I'm counting on you to understand. Well, I'm not gone yet. As long as I can still enjoy a good sunset and the ballet and the symphony, my grandchildren. So, girls, may I go now?
Lights begin to fade. The end. Hello, everybody. Actors, thank you so much for your incredible work. We're going to invite Devorah back to our screen. All right. Hello. You're back.
Hello.
Oh, thank you, actors, so much for your incredible work. It's a beautiful play. And thank you, Devorah. Just gorgeous. Yeah.
Thank you guys for doing such a gorgeous job. I've seen the play a lot, of course, over the years, and what beautiful meaning you bring to all of it, really. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for offering your play to the Artist Corner for this workshop that we try to do on Fridays. Really, it's been a joy. So Devorah, I have a couple of questions for you just as a playwright okay. So the first thing is that you wrote this play over quite a number of years, right? This is, I don't even know what version this is now that we got to read today.
Yeah, it changed because originally I wrote it in grad school just as a play, and I didn't even know anything about Alzheimer's. It's just a character came who, Kiki, the character of Kiki came. And of course, you're so happy as a playwright just to have that opportunity and to quickly take notes. So in doing research for the play, I started to get more and more interested in what was actually happening for caregivers. I mean, this was in 1998, 1999. And so the whole idea of deaf education and deaf literacy hadn't even come out yet. Deaf was still completely in the closet. And I would go to these, conferences for caregivers and family caregivers and professional caregivers. And the wisdom that was being imparted was so wonderful, but the way that it was being shared was really dreadful, like PowerPoint presentation in a dark room. And it just never meshed for me. And so the play started to take on sometimes, we started to use it for educational purposes. And then things shifted to, the versions of the play shifted to speak more to that when we would take it out and use it as a jumping off point for conversations about life and end of life.
Wow. That's really an incredible story. Did this play in that way maybe kind of shape your life? Because I know that first you got the master's degree in at the school?
Yeah, well,
at the studio, or
was I wanted to figure out how can we use entertainment and theater particularly, but eventually it became all sorts of entertainment. What kind of media can we use to try and take these really important conversations, these really important life issues that we all face. We're all mortal. And how do we wrap it in something that's not quite as terrifying as, just being given a diagnosis or getting a brochure? I always sort of say, well, the 4-color brochure didn't work, so now we'll make the 5-color brochure and hope that will hold people's attention. And what I could see was that, characters on the stage, we're more able to talk about the characters sometimes than we are about ourselves. And so using the play and using media as a jumping off point became this idea of, it's a horrible word called edutainment, which is the combination of education and entertainment. But together, it's sort of remarkable how we can look to the characters and talk about somebody else's situation like we do in a movie. When we see a movie, we really can relate emotionally, but it's a little bit distant. And theater and media is so good for that. And so since then, this play has been done in virtual reality, in mixed reality. It's been done live and on radio, and often done as a jumping off point for social workers or caregivers, medical personnel. And then we have a little bit of a workshop afterward.
Right. It's just incredible. And it's wonderful listening to you talk about it because your passion for it is just, wow. Of course, it comes out in your play. And you get to hear those distinct voices that I imagine, right, besides Kiki, that just have continued to come to you. Because really, when I first read, I got the honor of reading the play first before we got to do the reading. And I just thought, wow, I want to know all of these women. And also, like you're saying, I was imagining, I kind of see this in either myself or in people that I know. So it's really wonderful that way.
Yeah, I think that's the piece, it's not so, and what I've learned over the last 20 years, and now I'm really have become embedded in this idea, and you said in the beginning about Revival, and that's a deaf literacy and education resource site. And I've learned so much, and what's come out is that it's really not easy and it's not straightforward. But if we can find an entry point, if we can start to have the conversation, that it's not that it sort of wipes away all this, like suddenly it's all unicorns and cotton candy. It's hard. There's just tough stuff, but it diminishes the unnecessary suffering. And there's an enormous amount of that. And that comes from the fact that we have a hard time having the conversation. So there's a whole movement to start to do that.
Yeah, which is wonderful. It's incredible that you're a part of it and that we get to have you here. I love that.
What's a fun piece is that, I was saying about coming full circle, the work now, what came clear is that we really needed a system of how do you put together creative people with practitioners? How do we support practitioners by wrapping their incredible wisdom? And by practitioners, I mean doctors and social workers and lay caregivers and so on. How do we take their incredible wisdom and wrap it in something that people can actually digest? It's so dense. How do we do that? And now it's 20 years later. And just yesterday, I was in a virtual reality site with one of my producers, because we have created a system now for doing that. And that's starting actually next Sunday. So it's a perfect opportunity to see how the wisdom can be shared by giving people the opportunity to play, but with a purpose, So it's this sliding scale of entertainment and education, and all practitioners and creatives are welcome to play in that way.
Right. I love that. And you'll have to give us some information about that so that we can share it on this post so that people who are watching this, they can follow along, because I would love to hear about that work and see more about how you're really making it work in the entertainment industry, as well as, like you're saying, with just regular people.
Yeah, well, it's so fun, I think, is that, especially for theater people, all artists, but especially for theater people, we really need, theater people are meant to be at the table around education and storytellers. Actors are the storytellers, playwrights are the storytellers. And it's really important that we have this interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary experiences, because theater is not just for entertainment. Theater is for telling our history. And yeah. So I so appreciate the work all of you are doing, and what Brandon has done with this academy is just remarkable.
Oh, thank you very much. And I just wanted to ask one very specific question for any playwrights we might have in our audience today. So the dialogue that you write is beautiful and natural. I think all of our artists have really enjoyed playing with it this past 2 weeks as we've been in rehearsal. What is your process for creating dialogue? Do you improv out loud? Do you just write it and then go back? What is that like for you?
I try and scribble down whatever they're saying really fast. The conversation sort of happens often in my head, and when it's good, not to say that happens all the time. And as any writer knows, you just stare at the blank page sometimes and think, why did I choose this? And I don't feel like I chose it. It just happened. But I think it's the whole process, right? You write and you write and you write, and then really not until you take it into rehearsals and you get this fantastic, delicious opportunity to play with the actors and the director, that it all kind of comes together. It's when life is, when you breathe life into a character and then you start to see what's happening. I mean, that's really that's the exquisite part, I think.
Yeah, I agree too. Because it becomes this collaboration, much like you're talking about, right? In what you want this artwork and what you would like for edutainment. It's a fun word to say, even if it maybe isn't the greatest word.
Well, that's when I was going to all these conferences, I would sit there and think, geez, if we just took this into rehearsal, it would be a lot easier, because I came out of the world of theater. And I knew that in rehearsal, that's when you get to play. And we were skipping over the play part. We were just going right from the problem to, this is sort of cue the sound, because it's 10 o'clock in New York City, and it might get loud here right now because everybody is clapping for the essential personnel.
Yeah.
Perfect, because part of this project is to support the essential personnel and let them do their extraordinary work, and let us as creative people help in whatever way is possible. We can't do it in a silo. We need to all do it in collaboration. And that's what, it's like community theater. That's what it just is so filling.
I completely agree. Wow, thank you, Devorah, so much. Devorah, this has been really wonderful to have you and to talk with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, thank you. We're going to invite our actors back onto the screen here for just a moment. So we get to just hear from them if they have anything to share with their playwright. And if not, we will just get to say good afternoon / good evening.
Well, I would like to say it was a privilege to work on this, even for a short time. The dialogue and the relationships between these women are so clearly drawn. It was great. It'd be great to, the work, continues, of course, with characters like this, but it was fun. And boy, it's just so heart-wrenching there at the end, with when Kiki talks about the different, you just wrote that so beautifully, that monologue at the end where she goes through when it would be too late. It makes me choke up just thinking about that. So just beautiful work, and thank you for sharing it with us.
Tagging on to that, Deborah, I really wanted to thank you for allowing Kiki to fight for her dignity and her self-preservation. And the comment I loved when you were talking earlier, not that there weren't many, but about the 4-color brochure, because until you've lived with this, through this with someone, you really have no concept. A brochure will never do it for anyone. So I thank you. Thank you.
It's wonderful. All right. Well, I think we have come to another excellent and incredible reading here at Friday Night Readings, which is actually Saturday afternoon / night. But we're so happy, everybody, to have you with us. There are links in the comments below that you can click on. And like Devorah was talking about, that original page that you found this information on to come and watch this video. We'll put more information as she adds to this, right, and continues to grow in this work, because I'm sure we want to hear more about it. On behalf of
all of you to play. This is an open call. This can be done everywhere because everywhere needs it. So, come and play with a purpose.
Oh, that's incredibly generous. I love that. That's wonderful. And my name is Rachel Grimes. On behalf of the artist community here and around the world, I wish you a very lovely afternoon / good night. Stay safe, stay connected, and continue to feed your artist soul. Goodbye, everybody.